Ah, we. Okay. Ah, I'm pretty sure I got the. Yeah. I'll wait till about the minute mark. Cover that logo up. There we go. Okay. Excuse me. We. Excuse me. Wow. All right, everybody. This is Poncho Blazing ATM, aka Reverend Joseph James Holland, at your service. And welcome in because I'm the social media and YouTube legend and future first ballot Hall of Famer. I'm saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized, staying safe, living right, doing God's will, and keeping heaven my home. Excuse me. Ooh, that food is so good. And I want to welcome everybody. And somebody say, everybody talking Poncho's Palace podcast. I'm so excited for everybody tuning in at this time, whether you're tuning in through the live recording or previous recording. I'm so excited to see everybody tune in at this time. Excuse me. And to all the YouTube Live Nation chat that are currently tuning in, I appreciate all the YouTube Live Nation for tuning in at this time. And let me just say this, to all the YouTube Live Nation for seeing me live in one of my live broadcast recordings, then let me know so that way we can officially welcome you as a first-time guest and a first-time visitor. And just a couple of officially begin. Remember, Facebook Live for Poncho Blazing ATM episode 15 will take place this Thursday, February the 12th, 2026. So Facebook Live for Poncho Blazing ATM episode 15 will officially take place exclusively on Facebook only this Thursday on February the 12th, 2026. Be sure to follow me on Facebook at my regular page in Joseph James Holland, and be sure to subscribe to my Facebook fan page in Poncho Blazing ATM, where you can only subscribe to me for just 99 cents. In addition to that, this Saturday, we will have the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast episodes 185 and 186. So the 185th and 186th episode of the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast will resume for Valentine's Day, Saturday, February the 14th, 2026. Now, I know a lot of you all have been asking me about going live for Valentine's Day. And I didn't think I was going to be able to go live this Saturday, but I will officially be able to go live Saturday. So I will be going live this Saturday for Valentine's Day. We are going to talk excuse me. Look, that food was so good. All about love and everything about love. Because what's love got to do with it? What's love? You got to give me all the love. What's love got to do with it? Love has to do with everything in Valentine's Day. So we're going to talk all love for Valentine's Day. And for February the 21st, 2026, the Captain Crawdad event at Southeast Kentucky Community and Technical College will officially take place in Cumberland, Kentucky from 4 until 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not sure if I'll officially be able to make it or not, but I can tell you that their event is usually great. So I've not been there in 13 years, so I don't know if I'll be able to go or not this year or not. But either way, go out and support them if you're in Cumberland, Kentucky, or if you're in Tri-City, Kentucky, or Harlan County, Kentucky, or if you just want to visit, I guarantee you will love the Captain Crawdad event. And on February the 28th, 2026, the 57th annual NCAA Awards, Image Awards, will take place on BET. So on February the 28th, 2026, the 57th NAACP, that's what I meant to say, will take place at 11. The pre-show taking place at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In addition to that, the WNBA will start their season on May 8th, 2026. So the WNBA will start their season on May 8th, 2026. Be sure to check all exclusives on WNBA.com to see about their full schedule. So we are very close to March Madness. So March Madness for the NCAA will take place next month. So be sure to tune in to see what's happening for basketball, for men and women's college basketball. And this weekend, Friday through Sunday, the NBA All-Star event will take place in Los Angeles, California. So in Los Angeles, California, the NBA All-Star event will take place from Friday until Sunday, ended up with the NBA All-Star game. And everybody, thank you all so much for 184 episodes. 184 episodes of the Talking Poncho Palace podcast. I appreciate everybody always tuning in to every episode that I've ever been done, that I've ever been a part of. And for every episode, I appreciate all of you all very much. From episode 1 all the way until now, episode 184. You all have been a true blessing in my life. So I thank God for all of you all, great fans all around the world. And for everybody all around the world, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you all so much for all the memories, moments, and just for you all being great fans in the not only YouTube Live Nation chat, but great fans all around the world. It's all about connecting, engaging, and communicating all around the world. And I want to let you all check this out, the Harlan County High School lights. So let me get a close-up shot at this real quickly so that way you can check out the Harlan County High School. There it is right there, Harlan County High School. A high school that I went to from August 2008 all the way until May 2011. Man, that high school I appreciate so much in Baxter, Kentucky. I mean, from the time that it opened up, it blessed me tremendously. Harlan County High School was a true blessing in my life, and I thank God for it every single day for Harlan County High School. And let me just make sure that I've got the cords up and running. There we go. Okay, that way you all can hear me properly. So when I think of this, and when I'm looking at the YouTube Live Nation chat, it looks like so far I've got LF4 tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Talk of Poncho Palace podcast. And I've got KJ. KJ, what's good, KJ? It's so good to see you. And thank you both for tuning in to the YouTube Live Nation chat. And not only YouTube, but thank everybody for tuning in so far. I appreciate everybody tuning in so much. So let me know how old you all are and where you're from. That way we can officially shout you all out properly. And like I said to everybody, if this is your all's first time ever visiting me on any of my live broadcasts, let me know right away. That way we can welcome you with open arms officially. And with that in mind, we are going to take our first commercial break real quickly. And when we come right back from commercial break, we are going to officially start with our topics. So stay tuned. This is the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast, episode 184. We'll be back with follow messages and a word from your local stations within the next minute. But until then, y'all get to see me eat some fries from Wendy's. Oh my. These Wendy's fries is really good. Can't go wrong with Wendy's fries, for real. They're so good. Okay. 84. So we're at the 184th episode of the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast. And you know what this means? It is the late night version of the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast. And that only means one thing. It's time for hot, spicy, and sexy talk on the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast late at night. So here, what we do late at night is that anytime that it's fully dark outside, we talk unfiltered, unadulterated, and it is uncensored. So that means everything is let loose at night in the Talk of Poncho's Palace for the late night chat. And I'll just say this real quickly before we officially get started. All the little children that are 17 and under, so all little children that are 17 and under, make sure you all get your permission from your parents to watch this episode and listen to this episode. Why? Because it protects you, and it protects me, it protects everybody. And all the little children that are 17 and under, if you choose not to get your parents' permission, you might be watching and listening at your own risk. And not only to you all, but to everybody else that has sensitive ears, or that is offended easily, or that does not like uncensored, unadulterated, unrated chats. If you don't like none of that, we're going to continue with our first topic, and it's going to be about Super Bowl parties. Now, what are Super Bowl parties? Super Bowl parties are when we celebrate the NFL Super Bowl. It's a once in a lifetime event every year. It's a once in a blue moon every year where everybody all around the world celebrates the football championship game, the National Football Championship Super Bowl game. It's the one time in a year where we get rid of all of our problems for one night only. It's where we come together as a whole nation and as a whole world, and we watch the NFL Super Bowl. 92% of the whole world watches the Super Bowl. That means only 8% does not watch the Super Bowl. That's really good numbers when it comes to the Super Bowl, NFL Super Bowl. This year, the 60th anniversary of the Super Bowl NFL took place. And in that 60th anniversary, it was the Seattle Seahawks, the New England Patriots. I mean, from the start of the football game all the way until the end of the game, the Seattle Seahawks dominated the New England Patriots. And with that situation, New England could not get out of the drought and kicking until after they scored 12 points. Because remember, their first 12 points was nothing but field goals. So they kicked like 4 field goals in a row before Seattle finally scored a touchdown. And on this situation, it was Seattle's defense that won overall. You know, you can score offense all day long, but defense wins championships. And Seattle's defense proved in the NFL all season that they can go with the very best and then some. With the Seattle Seahawks, they pretty much dominated the whole season almost. And it was no secret with the NFL Super Bowl. Seattle dominated and everything. But the best thing about the Super Bowl is the Super Bowl parties. Everybody all around the world just about has Super Bowl parties. Whether you're in the United States of America and North America. But for me, I'll tell you, one of the best Super Bowl parties I've ever been to was at they be turned up in the Super Bowl parties. But to everybody that's ever had a Super Bowl party, past, thank you just for allowing us to be there with you every step of the way. You know, Super Bowl parties are very important in the whole world. Like I said, it's a place and a time where we all come together, where we connect, engage, and communicate all over around the world. And I appreciate the NFL for showing the cameras on Super Bowl parties. They don't have to, but they do. And for that, we thank them very, very much. Speaking of Super Bowl parties, this brings me to my next topic, in college parties. Now, what are college parties? Oh, my goodness. If you've never been to a college party before, let me just say this. I've not been to a college party since 2015. Yeah. No, I'll take that back. I've not been to a college party since 2016 with WrestleMania 32. And college parties are legitly lit. If you thought regular parties were something, you ain't seen nothing yet with college parties. I mean, college parties, they be turned up like crazy. Different schools, different universities, they have college parties. And they be legitly lit. And we all know what happens in college parties. Usually, someone gets drunk, someone gets high, there's some sex going on in college parties, there's some dancing going on in college parties, there's music going on in college parties, there's fights going on in college parties, law enforcement gets called in college parties. It's a mixture of everything in college parties. But with college parties, they're great because we can reflect on what it was like to be the life of the party. We get to reflect on the music. We get to reflect on the great times that was there at college parties. And U-Pike has definitely always had some great college parties. When I was at Southeast Kentucky Community and Technical College, they had some great parties outside of the community college. But overall, I mean, parties, there are tremendous and great to go to. If you have never been to a college party, I encourage you to go there at least once to see what I'm talking about. You will love the college parties, honestly. You'll be lit. You'll be turned up in the college parties, trust me. From experience, I know the college parties are a way to go. They sure are. Like I said, I've not been to one in a long, long time. So I don't know what the college parties are today versus when I went. But I will tell you that they are tremendous to go to. They're very relaxing, peaceful, and my goodness, you will enjoy them very much. Now, we all know that TVMA star, Rachel Starr, guest starred in some college parties. And we all know what she did there. What she did Phoenix Marie, I name a lot of people, name a lot of TVMA stars that went to college parties and that did TVMA things. But you all know what TVMA stands for. Mature audiences. That's as far as I can go right there. But I will tell you this. We're going to maturely take our commercial break. And when we come right back, we're going to be very mature about our next topics. So you definitely want to stay tuned. This is the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast, episode 184. And we'll be right back after these following messages. Eat some more fries. Welcome back to the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast, episode 184. This is the 184th episode of the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast. And let me just say this before we officially move on, that you all may have seen a lot of YouTube shorts about me the past couple of months. I've definitely been doing a lot of YouTube shorts, and they've been working a lot pretty good. So I'll definitely be doing some more YouTube shorts here recently. More and more. That's what I meant to say. But I've been doing a lot of challenges here as of late. YouTube challenges. Not only YouTube challenges, but just challenges in general. Just challenging people everywhere all around the world. So you'll be seeing a lot of more of those, especially with me challenging people into different things. So hopefully they'll accept my challenges. We'll have to wait and see. But I'll tell you what is a challenge. Heat versus cold in our next topic. The heat versus the cold. When we think of heat versus cold, we think of the seasons. And the seasons we think of is cold represents fall and winter. Excuse me. And heat represents spring and summer. Excuse me. But to be specific, the heat is more representative of the summer, and the cold is more representative of winter. Now, for winter time in the cold weather, it's cold, freezing cold. I mean, the cold weather represents from anywhere from 50 degrees and below. Now, in the summer, with the heat, it represents higher than 50s. And the thing about wintertime is that it is cold, but the bugs go away. So you'll hardly see no gnats, no flies, no bees, no ants, because they're hibernating. They're trying to stay warm. Now you're going to see a lot of them during the summertime. But the great thing about summertime is it is hot with the heat, which means we on fire every single day. And it's time for vacations, time for trips. It's time to go to the beach. And it's time to just lay down and relax in general, overall. My favorite season overall has to be summer. The reason why on that is because of vacations, trips, and it allows us to relax, take some time from TV shows, take some time to get caught up on some things. Usually September through May are the busiest times of the year because everybody is busy doing something from September to May. But from June until August, it's relaxation time. It's time to get everybody's thoughts together. It's time to think of what you're going to do for that next season. Now, spring and fall, they're in between. Spring is usually from March until May, and fall is usually from September until November. But what is your favorite season of all? Mine is summer. Mine is definitely with the heat in summer, and I love being on fire with the heat of being hot because I'm a hot man. I'm a sexy man. I'm a handsome man. I'm a good-looking man. But I tell you what, I love the spring and summertime. And with that, we are going to go into our final topic of the night. And for the final topic, we're going to talk about old school sports versus new school sports. Now, when we think of old school sports versus new school sports, we think of the rules and regulations. The old school way is we earn our spot. We got to make sure that our opponent is knocked out, is pretty much getting knocked out, and is not getting back up. And it looks like I've got Nathan Cortez in the building. Hey, hello, Nathan Cortez. Hello. Thank you for tuning in to the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast, episode first to new school sports. We think of following examples. The old school sports, we think of the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. The new school sports, we think of the 2000 teens and up. And when we think of this, I think of old school people in sports like Michael Jordan, the late great Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Barry Bonds, King Griffey Jr., Roger Federer, just to name a few. And in the new school sports, I think of Steph Curry, KD, Kevin Durant, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax, Ronda Rousey, just to name a few. You can't go wrong with old school versus new school. If you have a competition between old school versus new school, who are you going to pick to win? And it depends on what the rules are. Do we go by the old school rules in the 80s and 90s? Or do we go by the new school rules? If we go by the old school rules, I'm picking the old school every day. But the new school rules, the new school's got it every day. Now, here's what I say. It all depends on who faces each other. I'll give you an example here in a minute. But let me show you these lights real quick. Ain't those purple lights pretty? Oh, those are some beautiful purple lights right there. Remember, if this is your first time ever in my live broadcast or live recording whatsoever, be sure to let me know so that way we can welcome you as a first-time visitor. But for an example of old school versus new school, we think of the Chicago Bulls in '96 versus Golden State Warriors in 2017, 2018. Now, do we go by the old school rules with Chicago Bulls way? Or do we go by the new school rules in the Golden State Warriors three-point shooting way? If it's old school, it's Michael Jordan and them. If it's new school, it's KD and them. But the great thing about old school versus new school is that we all can learn from each other. It takes the old people's wisdom and young people's energy to make everything happen. So it takes an old school vet, old school legend, old school Hall of Famer with new school energy and new school flows. Just like me. I'm a man with old school hits and new school flows. And I'll always be a man. That's like, for example, in the 1900s. I'm sure in the 1900s, the new school way was refrigerators, washers, dryers. I'm sure the old timers in the 1800s and in the early late 1800s didn't want to use the washers and dryers and refrigerators. Why? Because it would cost them more money to get. But they appreciated what new school was bringing. Because why? It's too long to learn. But eventually, it pays off. That's like credit cards, debit cards. A lot of people that are old school don't want to use those. They want to use personal checks, cash, but eventually personal checks and cash is going to be a thing of the past. So that's why credit cards and debit cards are very important to use. Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, all that's very important. And Cash App has been a great new school flow. Cash App has benefited a lot for old school and new school. I personally don't have Cash App. I'm sure someday I may have Cash App in the whole world. Now for me, I love the fact that we can go live on the phone, on computers. I love it. Used to at a time you had to pre-record and then edit it and then send it off. But now you can just live stream on any social media site, and there you go, you take off from there. So that's one thing that I appreciate about the new school. Now, once again, you're going to follow me for a walk because we're going to take a walk real quickly. We're going back to the mill. We're going back to the mailbox, We're going back to the mailbox. Okay, so let me do this real quickly. You're all going to be on mute for a second. I apologize. Well, no, I'll keep it right there. Hold on just a second. Real quickly, while I do this, when we come right back, we're going to close out the night. Stay tuned. This is the Talk of Poncho's Pals podcast, episode 184. We have mercy. Gosh. Sorry. If you can't hear me, I'm gonna turn y'all up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna keep it turned up because we turning all the way up in this heat. It's celebrating the 15th year anniversary of me in the music industry. Welcome back to the Talk of Poncho's Pals podcast, episode 184. This is the 184th episode of the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast, and we are closing it out with the following. Be sure to follow me on Facebook in my regular page and Joseph James Holland. Be sure to subscribe to me on my Facebook fan page at Poncho Blazing ATM for only 99 cents. Be sure to follow, like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube page at Poncho Holland Vivo in order to receive live notifications and join the YouTube Live Nation chat. Be sure to follow and subscribe to my mother, Prophetess Princess Holland, at Prophetess Princess Holland Vivo on YouTube and Facebook. And follow us on One-Way Ministries and Global Force Records, GFR Incorporated's YouTube and Facebook pages. Be sure to follow me on Zang, OnlyFans, TikTok, and Google. And I will be having some more social media networks in the near future. As soon as I do, I will officially let you know ahead of time. And it could be a possibility that I could go TikTok live in the near future. A lot of people have been asking me about going TikTok live officially. So it's just a matter, but I'll let you know when I do. I can never say that I'll never go TikTok live, but I can't promise you that I will go TikTok live. You never know, you might see me on TikTok live very soon, someday. And to all the YouTube Live Nation chat, we've got L4 in the building, LF4 in the building. We've got KJ in the building, and we've got Nathan Cortez. Thank you all for tuning in to the YouTube Live Nation chat, and to everybody that's tuned into the YouTube Live Nation chat. I appreciate all eyes tuning in on the YouTube Live Nation chat overall. You all are great. You all are loved, adored, and appreciated all around the world. And I thank each and every single one of you all that's tuned in. Like I said, Facebook Live with Poncho Blazing ATM, episode 15, will officially be this Thursday, February the 12th, 2026. In addition to that, the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast, episodes 185 and 186. 186 of the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast will be this Saturday, Valentine's Day, February the 14th, 2026. Keep blazing and always have God in your life no matter what. And here's a picture of the snow. Look at that snow, of what's left of it. That's what's left of the snow. But I'm signing out as of right now.